Hello, everybody, and welcome to Evolutionary Business Council's Visibility Palooza. My name is Iman Argai, the president of EBC, and I am super excited about having our amazing transformational leader, Judy Wong, with us here. And we are going to talk about many amazing things. But before we get started with that, Judy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the work that you do?
Well, I'm Judy Wong. I help people over 60 accelerate their energy and reignite their life. I am a transformation coach. I am. And I work with all these youngsters that are just like me, who are way the hell over 60. I swear to God, I really am. The Dorian Gray paintings in the closet. I work with us because I want to have everybody ready to live life for a living. And that's what I'm about.
Amazing, amazing. Now, in 2 to 3 words, can you tell us about the modality that you use or the specialty that you have that you would like to highlight for us today?
Well, I'm a transformation coach, and it sort of sums it up.
That pretty much explains it. Okay, now, who do you love working with that loves working with you?
Honestly, the youngsters who are like me, who are way over 60, who are not ready to roll over, play dead just yet, and want to live life for living, who are not willing to walk around for the rest of our lives with one foot in the grave.
Now, in my experience over the years, when I talk to transformational leaders, there's usually a story behind what made them passionate about the work that they do, or there is a source of the why behind why they do what they do. Can you tell us about that? Like, why are you passionate about this work? Is there a story behind it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody looks at me and they go, "Oh my God, Jude, you are so young. You've got that damn fountain of youth. Where did you get it from?" And the truth is, it's not about a fountain of youth. It's about a fountain of life. When I was in my late 50s, I was a single mom, faced with no full-time job. The only thing I had going for me was the roof over my head. And I had 3 young boys because I had them late in life so I could keep lying about how old I was. I had 3 young teenagers who were getting ready to go to college. So here I was looking at putting 3 boys through college. I was sort of looking at maybe putting myself back into college to finish what was derailed on me when I was younger. And nobody, no help from anywhere. And, at that point in time, I probably would have walked away from this life if I could. But I knew I had 3 boys, 3 lives who were there depending on me. And it was, what am I going to do? I have to be here for them. And I started my journey of my own personal transformation and saving of my own life. And I did put the 3 boys through college, by the way. And I did finish my own degrees. And I was facing with people telling me I was old and it's too late. And how can you get a job now? And what's wrong with you? But I didn't get it because I was finally happy about being alive. And I was having a wonderful time in a life. And I wanted life. And I finally got a really good job. And I was teaching and I was speaking all over the world as an international educator. And I was having a good life. And then I met the love of my life finally. And at 60 got married. And everybody was telling me my life was over. And aren't you ready for your last end? And what am I going to do with my limited income? And I was like, good God, I'm just getting started. Are you telling me it's all over already? And I wasn't ready to do that. I wasn't ready to do that. And I started realizing there's a lot of lies out there. A lot of lies we've been told, a lot of lies. God knows if you lived as long as I have, you got a lot of stories, and a lot of lies that, and a lot of bad labels that people want to give us. Oh, you are a retiree now. No, I am not. I'm not ready to retire from life, for Pete's sake. I'm a person and I'm going to keep living. And let's be honest. Humans are living to 100 or more. That makes me a youngster.
Mhm.
And I was determined I wanted to live. So I started, doing a lot of research, doing a lot of investigating. And I started thinking about, how did I save my life when I was in my late 50s? And I needed to. And I realized what really was the factor. It wasn't all of these programs and these health nutrition things and all these other wonderful things that supposedly everybody was telling us old folk have to do. It was my light, the core light that's in me, that has always been in me. And we all know, we all have it. We came into the world like that. Because when we came into the world was beautiful and wonderful, and there was no such thing as no, and there was no such thing as impossible. Right? And that light is still in all of us. And I realized this thing that was about me, which I could see things and I knew things, and I have my whole life, and I never told anybody about it until I was in my late 50s, was not a curse. It was a gift of being able to see what others could not see. And it was a thing that saved my life. And when I started to share it with other friends and peers and colleagues who are having total meltdowns because we were getting older, I found miracles were happening. Health was improving and their doctors couldn't explain it. Abundance started flowing at them that they couldn't explain. And I realized that was the fountain of youth, was the fountain of life. Because when we embraced it, it made life possible again. And that's why I started getting into what I'm doing. Because I'd be damned if my generation, my peers, my friends and family start walking towards their death. We don't have to do that. The truth is, we don't genuinely get sicker the older we get. That's kind of a misnomer. I mean, because if it was really true, then I should, by all rights, be in traction or half dead by now. Because I was a professional dancer until I was 30. So I was an athlete. So by all rights, I should be like the bionicle woman by now. And I'm not. I'm not. I'm healthier than a horse. I'm very, very strong. I'm very fit. By all rights, I should be on my deathbed because until my 50s, I spent more days being seriously, chronically ill than I did being healthy. And guess what? I'm a lot older now, and I haven't been sick in over 10 years, not even with a cold. And believe me, I had my share of hugging a lot of COVID positive people. And my husband now, my love of my life, he's a public service doctor. So believe me, we were out a lot. So transformation is really important. And I'm kind of got a personal little, I guess, goal, if you want to call it. It's my own personal reason that I am so hell-bent that I am going to light the light of millions and trillions of people. It's because I already got my 122nd birthday party planned out, and I'm expecting everybody to bloody ass show up. including you, Iman.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, Judy, one of the things that I love about what you shared is that you shared in such comprehensive way between the light within and health and relationships all at the same time, you know. And when you started talking about this, you're like, it's about the light within, and you shared about, getting married at 60 when a lot of people were saying like your life is over, and and as well as health, yeah, here. And so um, tell us about the comprehensive approach. Like if we want to look at it as like a step one or like first place to begin with and the journey, right? Um, how do you see that like in your work, or how do you do that work?
Well, so here's the thing. When people come to me, they're usually defining their lives. And, it's very normal for us to do that. We have a tendency to define our lives by our last job, our last relationship, our last family. And that's kind of silly when you think about the whole gamma of life that you've had, right? And a lot of times when people come, they have goals. We all have goals. I'm going to have the $1 million tomorrow. I'm going to have the Mercedes Benz in 10 years. I'm going to have the big mansion. But is that really what you really want? And what I learned the hard way is those are just things. And often when we think about goals, they're really just vehicles to get us to the one thing we truly desire. So my first thing that I really get people to understand, and there's a little bit of work in that because we got to break open all those false lies and false labels. But what is it that you truly desire? And the truth is, it's almost never the $1 million or the house or the boat or the perfect girlfriend or 60,000 children or whatever the hell else you can come up with. It's usually something fairly simple. Like, I just want to be free. I just want to be at peace. I want to be something. And I kind of call it the happy place. My kids used to think I was nuts because I always be like, okay, you got two choices, which is pushing your happy place. Pick the one that pushes your happy place.
Mhm.
But what I found is that the true desire really is in the core, in the light that you came in with, which knew what your true desire was, your true happy place was. So my thing is, what I do is I try to get people, and a lot of that is in a combination of hypnotherapy and meditation and my own psychic ability of being able to see into people and guide them to really discovering what is your true desirable place. Because here's the really wild thing that I found. Once you actually identify it, then you could start looking around you right here and now and seeing what is triggering that true desire. And usually it's something, your favorite song or your favorite food or something, right? But the more you're aware of it and the more you keep triggering that true desire place, the more it keeps happening. And the more it keeps happening, the bigger it gets. And life becomes easier. And things start attracting to you that keep moving it forward. And it's easier now for you to see what the goal, or I call the vehicles, they're going to get you to that super exponentially happy place. Because now it makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, Well, if I do that, I know, boom, it's going to happen. So I start having people start creating what I call life lists. You know, we've been taught to make these idiotic bucket lists. And why in God's name are we making bucket lists? We're not dying. Make a life list. Make a life list based on what your true desire is. So that's really your first step. Find what really is deep inside you, the true desire. What really is inside you that really lights you up. Because when you are identifying that, it's so much easier to start seeing it outside of you. And when you identify it, it is amazing how magnetic it becomes. Because you know what to look for and you know what's going to do it. And you know, the funny part was what I found was when I found what my true desire was, it was something that I actually experienced when I was very young, when that light was untainted and the world did not come in yet to squash it out. And that's the reason every human that I have ever worked with is always running and doing everything in their power to get back. Everything is towards getting back to that place. And everybody thinks, well, if I have the $1 million, it's going to do it. And then they get the $1 million and they're like, because they didn't understand what they really wanted in the first place, you know. But when you do, then everything just starts flowing. And that's what happened for me. Like 14 years ago, when I was like, oh my God, nothing's going to happen for me. I can't do this. I really was pretty desperate. When I finally identified what that really was, that was really most important to me, things just started happening. Jobs started getting offered that push that happy button, you know. But it was like I had to keep reinforcing it initially. Like, this really pushes the happy button. I'm going to do this. It's something silly. It's just listening to a song. Who cares? But it pushes the place. It reminds me. And that's what we need to do. We need to be reminded of what really is important. Because when that happens, miracles happen. Then we can guide ourselves into all of these goals that we want, these billion-dollar businesses that we really want, because it's heart-centered and it's heartfelt and it's coming from our core, not from the outside. We're so busy being taught everything comes from the outside going in. No, it comes from the inside going out. So my thing is, find out what your happy place is. Figure out what your true desire really is. And that's what I do for people. We go through these like guided meditations. They're hypnotic guided meditations to go deep and find that light in us and recognize it, because half the time it's sitting there going, hell's bells, I've been here all this time. All you had to do was ask me. I'm here. All you had to do was give me a hug, say, I see you. And it sees you. It's always been there. How the heck does anybody think that they managed to come as far as they have for as many years as they've been alive? What the heck did you think was actually keeping you alive? It's always been that light. Whether you saw it or not, it's always.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that. You know, I always talk about the reason behind the reason, and the reason behind your goal. And that's what you're talking about. It's like people set the goals, but they forget about the reason that they set those goals, or they never even know, because the goal was dictated to them or absorbed by them through the society. But
Right.
but like why? The why.
The real why.
The real why is actually the part that a lot of people miss. And I talk about that actually quite often as well. And it's beautiful, the work that you do with the people that you do. And and redefining and I love the life list as opposed to bucket list. Of course. I mean, that's brilliant. That's brilliant to have a life list, you know. And so that's awesome. So Judy, can you tell us how people can find you?
Well, you can go to my website, living out loud ain't over yet.com. A little easy to remember.
Mhm.
Or you can just send me an email. I mean, there's ways to reach me when you go to the website. There are, you can send me a message and you'll see my
Just
email.
repeating the website. Is it
Living Out Loud?
Mm-hmm.
I know, even though I'm an I used to be an English professor. It's no punctuation. Living Out Loud ain't over yet.
.com.
Because it ain't.com. Yes.
Okay. Living out loud ain't over yet.com.
Yes.
And amazing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Now, one last question. If you were speaking with a colleague, how would you tell them about Evolutionary Business Council and why they should be a part of it?
Oh my God. When I heard about this, I was like, I have to be part of this because, in this world, and like I said, I'm an international educator and I'm an international speaker. I'm every day I'm talking to people all over the globe. There is more light in this world, and we are having a major revolution, evolution, whatever you want to call it. And what really excited me is that this is a whole bunch of business people and healers and givers of life, and we need that more right now. And that's what I loved about it, because we're coming together as a force to be reckoned with, and this world needs that. So if you are a light worker and have a business person who is a soulful business person, you need to be part of us, because really, truly, it is evolutionary, as it says.
Thank you very much, Judy. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all the work that you do in the world and look forward to seeing you at another event, seminar, summit, conference, somewhere, and hang out together and learn more from you and just seeing the impact that you're making in the world. Thanks for your work.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Iman.
Absolutely.